Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Silver Sun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review on One Punch Man Season 2, Episode 11. Alright, so this episode starts off right where the last one left off, with Garo being surrounded by all the A-class heroes, and they're pretty much, trying to attack him all at once, but eventually, Garo starts to get the upper hand, and he actually starts, using some of the heroes as, shields against the arrows and against all their attacks and whatnot, so they're real hesitant on fighting him, and then he starts, tricking them into, fighting him at once, but then they don't take the bait, so they all go in at once anyways, and pretty much he just starts laying them out one by one and just taking them down, and it was pretty crazy because like a minute ago he was struggling and now he's just going in on them and whatnot. But in any case, he's pretty much fighting all of them, and one of the guys, the guy in the tracksuit, he actually has a flashback back to Saitama, who saved him one day. Um, I don't know what the monster was. It happened all pretty quickly, but basically, Saitama saved him and told him oh, you shouldn't settle on the limits you have. You should keep pushing forward. And that's when he decided to become a hero himself, and started training much like how Saitama did and whatnot. Um, but that was when he was already down and out and stuff like that. So it's not like it really motivated him to get back up and continue going. He was pretty much done at that point. And even Gar had a flashback too, to actually two, but I'll get to the second one later on. The first one was when he was talking with a bunch of kids about the heroes and stuff like that, and how the heroes were fighting the monsters and whatnot, and all the other kids were cheering for the hero, but then he was talking about the monster Garo. He was just saying oh, if the monster was just a little bit stronger, he could have beaten him and stuff like that. And it was just what's wrong with you? Why are you rooting for the monsters and stuff like that? That it was weird and whatnot. But in any case, he was pretty much just going in on all these A-class heroes, and the leader of it, the leader of their little group, he pretty much pulls out his final attack, but it doesn't really affect Garo too much. I mean, he does get a good shot on him, but more or less he's pretty much unscathed, and pretty much from there he goes on to the last guy, and he just knocks him out. He's done, and then the kid actually comes out of the shed that he was in, that he was hiding in, and he's pretty much he comes out and he sees all the heroes beating up and whatnot, and he gets all scared because of it, and then he just runs off, and Garo's just out there. He's kind of upset, but then right after he thinks the job is done, and he's about to go back to wherever and recuperate, Genos comes in, and he's pretty much just on the attack this episode. He comes in and he starts fighting Garo, and he's actually doing pretty well. He didn't get messed up or anything this time because he was on guard, for all this fight. But pretty much as Garo and Genos are fighting, the Monster Association comes in and they try to help Garo out because they want to give him a special position in their association, but he's just no, I don't want any of this. You guys can get out of here. I don't need any help. And they didn't even really help because Genos just clear lined all of them. It was crazy. He pulled out a sword or a scythe or something of the sort, and he pretty much just sliced through most of them. And when he was fighting Garo, he was going up against the I forgot what he called it, but it was one of his special moves that he does with the where his hands basically turn to water, they start moving like water and stuff like that. One of his little special attacks, flowing water, something like that. Can't quite remember. Flowing fist of water, I think. Um, Basically he starts going up against that. Genos is doing his machine gun blows and whatnot, and he's pretty much just going all out. Garo actually takes off one of his hands, but when he does it, Genos' hand like latches onto him and it ties him up to a tree, and then Genos pretty much has him right there, but then Garo escapes and he gets off of the tree, and even then Genos is just really on it this season as a whole. I mean, yeah, he got screwed up in the last fight he was in with that other monster, but you can tell he's definitely got some new upgrades and just really improving himself here. And while all this is going on, of course, Saitama and King are still playing video games, not really aware of the situation that's going on at the moment. But eventually they get an alert to to action, and pretty much Saitama's like, oh, okay, we can finally, do something and whatnot. But I thought that bit was pretty funny with them playing the video games. How like King was still beating him up, even though Saitama had him like one hit and he was dead basically with the health bars and stuff. But Saitama still lost, and he was just real upset about it. King was telling him he can lend him his game so he could practice and whatnot. And Saitama was just like not having any of that. But in any case, Genos is doing pretty well against Garo and the monsters, but before he could really do any more damage, Bang and his brother come in, and Bang's brother is pretty much taking care of all the monsters, and Bang, goes and confronts his student Garo. They finally meet up, and they're about to throw down. We can only see how that'll turn out in the next episode, but I'd imagine it's not going to be too well for Garo. And speaking of Garo, I forgot to mention this. I don't know what this signifies. I assume it's a power up. I hope, but Garo's hair is like red now, and so is one of his eyes. So I don't know like what that what that means exactly, but I assume it's some sort of power up, you know, to symbolize that he's improving, I guess. But also that second flashback, this is when he had it. He had a little flashback to when he actually met Bang as a kid. He went to his dojo seeking to become stronger, and then before he could really like get any training or do anything uh, fighting wise, he pretty much fell asleep, and Bang, I guess, took a liking to him, and he pretty much just took him in and whatnot. Quick little flashback there, but then it cuts back to the present, and they're pretty much having a standoff now, and then we'll just have to wait till the next episode to see what the outcome of this fight is. But overall, I did like this episode. I thought it was pretty good. Animation was pretty well at times. There was some nice cuts here and there. Nothing to really complain about. Uh, I really enjoyed it. Genos is probably, I want to say he's probably gonna be like the MVP this season, if not already, because he's been like against Sonic and against the monsters and everything like that. And even in the first episode when he was fighting, I forgot what it was called, but that first monster that came in, he did pretty well against all of them and whatnot. He only got messed up once this season so far, but it's nice to see him actually getting some shine and like really just going in and dishing out the justice that needs to be dished out. Because I really do like Genos. He's a pretty cool character, and it's nice to see him actually like win once or twice. As compared to Saitama, who pretty much wins all the time and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much my thoughts for the episode. Tell me what you guys thought in the comment section down below. And until the next one, Silver Sun is out.